It goes from horny to angry, just rapid fire. I also, that must be happening to you all day. Like, it must be a series of like 15 to 20 DMs where all of a sudden it's like, hey, me want, and then like, please leave me alone. It's like, oh, well, you, yeah, you're not that hot anyway. Like, at what point do you stop? Like, when do you reassess and suddenly be like, okay, well, this strategy is not working out, and I seem to be creeping a ton of people out and getting nothing in return, so maybe I should take it, like, I should just try a new strategy, you know?
Whoa, hey everybody. Whoa,
Hey.
everybody. Welcome back to this horrible place that we call my channel, Noah's channel. It's your boy, Soy Boy Stalin, here to do some
Yeah, Soy Boy
more
Stalin.
stuff for you. You know, dating is hard, okay? Dating is like a rock, you know what I mean? Because it's hard. Dating is like playing a video game on a super high difficulty level.
Nightmare mode.
Because it's hard. And even before the dating step, you have to first, you know, find someone. And where do you even find people? It's hard. And if you do find someone, you have to reach out to them. And they might be a stranger. It's hard. They might not know you at all. And wherever it is that you're reaching out to this stranger that you don't know, whether it's through the DMs or on a dating app or on the street, there are certain ways to go about it. And there are certain ways that you definitely shouldn't go about doing it. And today we're going to be looking at the latter. Wow, you're so tall. What are you? You play basketball? So handsome. Incel pickup lines. That's right, guys.
Yeah.
We're going to be looking at some incel pickup lines today from the Twitter account Incel Replies. Plenty of strange sort of approaches to sliding into DMs that I think might be fun to look at for a few reasons. Number one, goofing on weird guys is always a fun time. It's a part of this channel.
Yes.
It's the bedrock of this society, if the channel is what society is, especially because a lot of people that are watching may have seen some DMs like this, and it might help to have someone look at what they saw and be like, this is fucked up. And number two, we're on our healthy boys only arc, so what that means is, in addition to goofing on silly pickup lines, we can also take a moment to say, hey, there are a lot of guys out there trying to figure out what's okay to do and what's not in the world of dating, so why not just think about it and talk about it. So I'm going to try to strike a balance of doing those things during this video. Okay, let's begin. First screenshot is from a dating app exchange. Hockey man liked your photo.
Nice shot.
Today, 10:55 a.m. Hey there, how's your Sunday going? Good. How's yours? Pretty good. Just getting my day started. Nice. So I mean, my Sunday could be better. Pardon my honesty. Okay, it might not be pardon, just depending on what you say, but go ahead. Pardon my honesty. But it would be better if I could fuck your throat and till I... No, come on now.
Come on now.
The water for the French press isn't even close to boiling yet, and you're talking about fucking and coming in people's throats, man. Can you just can you relax? There's a
That was what, 3 messages in? It's like, hey, how are you? I'm good. Cool. Need fuck.
time and a place, okay, for sort of horny messaging like this, right? Maybe someone has on their profile banner, I'm trying to hook up, I'm trying to get my throat on a Sunday morning. Maybe they have that on there, in which case the message makes a little more sense. But at 11 in the morning on a Sunday, after this exchange, the most milquetoast tame exchange you can have with another human being, maybe pump the brakes, a couple pumps. Judging by the fact that it was submitted to Incel Pickup Lines, I'm guessing it was not a successful exchange. So the ruling on this one is horny jail for you, Mr. Hockey Man. Boom, boom, boom. All right, number 2. Here's a Reddit DM. This should be totally fine and normal. I hope you don't mind, but I've been jerking off to your photos multiple times a day since your first post. I actually just made this account to message you, hence me username, haha. It's like a pirate. Hence me username, haha. Typing with like a metal hook hand. Stupid joke. Your body just drives my crazy. I come directly on your pictures every single day, and then I rub my cum all over you.
You need to rub one out before ever using the internet again. That's my prescription. Yeah, you're not allowed to log onto the internet in any capacity unless you are fully trained. At which point, even then, you might have to kind of temper the way you use the internet. Seems like you were going into the internet way too horny, way too fucking horny. Yeah, just way too extreme. This is just beyond.
I want to tribute every single on of your pics. What's your kick? Therapy, yo. Who needs therapy? Does anybody need some therapy to go to talk to a therapist with? Raise your hand. You? This person? Well, good news, because today's video is sponsored by BetterHelp. If you're someone who's feeling...
It's sponsored by Noah Samson. You can go sponsor Samson by clicking on his videos and subbing to him.
Tinder screenshot. I'm a Democrat. You can me. Okay. All right. We've all thought this before.
I'm a Democrat. You can me.
Some time passed. Lol, sorry. Too strong. You are not cute enough to start out like that. Uh-oh. I have a feeling he's not gonna like that one. What the
dog doing?
First of all, you're lucky you get any messages being okay. That's the correct term is dwarf, but mean.
So, how does this work? It's like, hey, gonna come in real hot, you know, no small talk, not really gonna get to know you. Don't really want to know anything beyond what you look like. That's already been established, so we're good on that. And me want fuck. So I'm gonna log in and be like, me want fuck. And then probably not well received because it's very horrifying and scary to have a complete stranger on the internet suddenly do that to you. And then when the natural rejection occurs, then go to complete insults. It goes from horny to angry, just rapid fire. I also, that must be happening to you all day. Like it must be a series of like 15 to 20 DMs where all of a sudden it's like, hey, me want fuck. And then like, please leave me alone. It's like, oh, well, fuck you. Yeah, you're not that hot anyway. Like, at what point do you stop? Like, when do you reassess and suddenly be like, okay, well, this strategy is not working out, and I seem to be creeping a fuck ton of people out and getting nothing in return, so maybe I should take it, like, I should just try a new strategy, you know? Alter the play.
Short person. And you aren't cute enough to have demands in your bio. Sorry, I'm just horny. Lol. I'll fuck someone way hotter. Don't worry, honey. Third pick, you look like an ogre. What? This is the most passive-aggressive, like, unless this person's bio says, if you are a Democrat, can I fuck you? Then just don't message that first message. Just don't. That is definitely a first message typed by a person that is typing with one hand because their other hand is being used for some other sort of activity, like high-fiving their best friend or shaking their dad's hand because he's so proud of them. But if you have a rousing suspicion that you came off a little too strong, that you were a little too strong in your first message, you're probably right. You're probably onto something. Follow that feeling, sort of embrace it, harness it, and then save that message for the person that is really clearly signaling that that's what they're into, because clearly this wasn't the person. Also, this is a thing I've heard people talk about before, which is like dudes being somewhat normal until they get rejected and then they just turn into complete raging assholes. Or no, dudes being weird and hiding the fact that they're raging assholes, but then getting rejected, thus revealing that fact. Watch out for that one, because you might be doing it, and who knows. This is a screenshot from a TikTok. How to start a conversation with any woman. I have a question, but I probably shouldn't ask. They'll insist you do. Well, will they though? What happens if they don't? I have a question, but I probably shouldn't ask. Okay. Don't ask. Then say, well, since you insist, what's your name? Now you have a playful conversation going. Ebook is free in bio. What's even playful about that? What's forbidden about asking someone's name? You can just ask for their name. You don't gotta go all coy anime character to just ask for their name. I mean, come on. This one's an Instagram story response. Photo of a lady. Seems like a nice lady. Standing there. Big ass bitch. Why would you say that to me? I want you. My bad.
I love that one. he got the order reversed. Normally it's just coming in way too horny and it's just like, me want fuck, and then they're like, oh no, that you're gross and creepy, and then they're like, I hate you. This one started with, I'm going to insult you, and then they're like, what? And then they're like, oh sorry I forgot, me want fuck.
First of all, I assume this person was trying to say you have a big butt, you know, you got a nice butt. But punctuation, you know, it's important, because this just reads as, you're a big ass bitch. Not that it being punctuated would be any better. It would just be big ass bitch. This is the funniest response I think I've ever seen to a weird DM. Why would you say that to me? And then I want you and my bad. This should be reversed, right? It should immediately be my bad and then I want you. Like if there was any possibility of this somehow being recovered, it was there, but you ended by saying, oh, my bad. At that point, you just gotta block them. Both block each other, ideally. This is an Instagram DM exchange from Tinder. Sorry, Bumble. Wanna? Wanna what? You said you want a relationship. If you want, then let's know each other and go for that. I think you're pretty good for a partner and you'll be perfect. Oh. If you agree, then can we? I don't know you. And why did you search for my Instagram? So some added context. This person somehow found their Instagram, even though it wasn't on the Tinder account, and searched her down and asked for a relationship. Good rule of thumb, if you don't match with someone on a dating app, don't visit their social medias, even if they're listed in there. Those just...
I love that. It's like, Well, she didn't swipe right on me, but that was probably an oversight. She just needs to get to know me. I'll track her down. I'll find her Instagram account. Won't be seen as creepy at all. And then I'll just start talking as if we're trying to do business exchange, but that business happens to be a relationship. This will work out well.
They're there, right? They are there. But if you don't match, then what are you doing there? You know? The main takeaway is dating apps are going to be sort of difficult to navigate no matter what you do. The only real solution here is to give it a couple swipes and then go outside and go for a walk. And don't form validation around the idea of being with someone else, because sometimes you just gotta live a little. If you're 3,000 swipes deep and not finding any success, just take a chill pill, because doing this is the last thing you want to do if you want to remain out of jail. Send boobs before you kill yourself, please. Come on now. That's really grim. What? Sorry. For context, I had just gotten back home after a suicide attempt that landed me in the ER. Oh my God. Jesus Christ, man. That might be the worst. That might be the worst DM I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Given the context. Like, how does your incel horniness level get to a point where you just disregard human life? What type of guy do you have to be for that to happen? Sorry to that person. Hope you're okay and hope you blocked that guy. Yeah, Jesus Christ, man. You are so beautiful. If only I were 50 years younger. Grandpa, somebody left Papa Wayne on the iPad a little too long. This one's kind of sweet, though. I don't know. He's calling her beautiful. A little ominous, though. If only I were 50 years younger, then what? What would you do? I think at a certain point, you get like a slight pass for like dementia horny, where just the filter gets removed and you start saying wild shit. It's not really a pass, but there are certainly far worse comments to be made by 70-year-old men to younger women.
I'll be honest, that of all the ones we've seen so far might be the best. I mean, the bar is just non-existent. It's pretty much off the charts, but sure.
Before. Looking for a white girlfriend who loves me for being white. Okay. Well, this is we're here. 4chan has a dating section now, apparently. I don't judge for anything except no LGBT, gay, bi, pan, none of that.
Be straight, be sexually attracted to me.
Be straight, be sexually attracted to me like an animal.
Now, I'm just curious, is this, you are looking for someone white who's going to love you for your whiteness, or are you looking for some kind of race play dynamic and you're hoping that takes place as well, while at the same time straight up being like, and here's all the groups that I am kind of bigoted towards?
What? Be sexually attracted to me like my dog, who I don't do anything weird with.
What the dog doing?
My favorite YouTuber is Shane Dawson.
Yeah! What the dog doing?
Do not ever lie to me. Always tell me the truth.
Okay.
Could have sort of condensed that sentence, but okay. Do not block, log out, ghost. I do not tolerate taking things slow. I love how he starts this off by saying, I don't judge for anything except this a couple thing, bam, bam, boom, boom, boom. Like, yeah, man, your standards are, you're normal. You're very normal. Do not block, log out, ghost. I do not tolerate taking...
Log out? What? The person just can't ever log out of their accounts? How would you even know? If they log out, it doesn't show like a difference in terms of their Twitter account or their Instagram.
Things slow, just a bit demanding, you know? You are to want me. I have nothing to prove to you. You listen and you remember what I say. You show me forgiveness and respect. I am from Maryland. This is such a like anime villain speech, and then just all of a sudden, Baltimore, that's my home. Definitely trying to go for more of an alpha subjugation domination kind of tone here, but then he throws in that he's from Maryland, and it kind of ruins the whole shtick. I am from Maryland. We are to meet in real life, and you are to be brave. No matter what the obstacle is, you are to make our happiness come true. This is the only way you'll get anything out of this. 20+ kick app. All right, well, if we set aside the racism and the homophobia and the aggressive, borderline abusive sort of directions, and the fact that they're from Maryland, we have an incel. This is an incel. So, a racist incel. My least favorite flavor of incel. Nothing like casual racism in the first line to really get the panties moist. Nope, there is no racism in sexual preferences. Okay, well, it's one thing to have a type, but looking for a white girlfriend who loves me for being white.
Oh, it was white girlfriend, never mind.
Yeah. You're sort of cutting it close there. Not really, actually, at all. Any conversation around preferences inevitably leads to someone saying, oh, it's not racist to have your own dating preferences? Like me, I find these 4 to 7 ethnicities disgusting and repulsive, and I would never stand near them even. But that's just how I like my ladies.
No one bats an eye when women say I want a man that's 6 feet tall, makes a certain amount of money, blah, 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 those are considered preferences. But if I say, hey, man, I don't date black girls like that. Oh, God! If we hated black women, would we bring African American women and black women on the show?
Okay, but
all the time.
the question.
I don't hate them. I just don't want to date them. That's the difference.
Let me finish.
Okay.
We would not.
Like, okay, man, that's, you don't have to, you could just be a racist and we'll all know, and we can drop all this other crap. Not that you should, but I'm saying you can, and then the society will judge you accordingly. You know what I mean? Don't hide the racism behind red pill jargon. That's all I'm saying. Anyways, Discord messages. Okay. This will be bad. Actually, worse than Reddit, probably. Goddamn, your titties are huge. My bad. How do you carry that with you all day? I can hold them for you if you want. Why do they look so good?
Wait. I can hold them for you if you like. Okay, so if you're concerned about back problems, is this going to be a 24/7 thing? Like a non-sexual, like just in the middle of the day as you're walking down the street, you're just in front of her at all times, making sure that she doesn't have any kind of weight that comes down from her enormous titties? Or are you thinking way more that it's just going to be like you get to play with them at the night, and then during the day she goes back to having those same back problems? I don't know what kind of an offer this is. I just don't take it in good faith.
Holy shit, I'm actually drooling. I'm sorry if I'm making you uncomfortable, but yeah.
Don't log on. Don't do this while you're horny as fuck. Like, you shouldn't be doing this pre-fucking rubbing one out. You know what? I think a lot of these, I don't know if that would even help. Some of these is just like, okay, yeah, jerk off like 3 times before you go on the internet, and then still it's just like, it's gonna be like 20% less aggressive. It's like, you do have large breasts. Perhaps they give you back problems, and I would like to help with that. I kind of mean it in a sexual way, but I'm also trying to be cute. There would be other things I would type now, but my penis hurts.
Actually fine as girl. You knew that you were making them uncomfortable. You could tell, and you kept going because you couldn't stop, or what? Do you squirt? Okay, come on.
Oh, wow.
Man, I'm so lonely. Sit on my face, please. They responded just all caps. What the fuck? Yeah, I mean, what the fuck, right? This is just
fair.
like sexual harassment for
Yeah,
sure. This is kind of a common thing on the internet in like the replies of a video of a pretty girl or a pretty guy, where it's all like constant thirst comments, and they're pretty kind of invasive and weird. And I always wonder about that because it's so normalized in internet culture to just everyone's dropping wild ass sort of.
Like, just picture for a second if you were saying that kind of shit in person. Like, hey, very nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too. Wow, you've got enormous tits. I would like to be able to hold them all the time as I ejaculate all over you. Sorry, is that too forward? You're just so fine. I can't help myself. I assume the anonymity of the internet kind of helps with that whole hyper-aggressive, really descriptive sexual things.
Flirtatious ways to say like, oh, I would swim through a sea of sharp knives to be able to, lick the whatever, the thing, I would jump into a wood chipper to be able to shake your dad's hand or whatever. It's like, do people deserve to have things like that said to them just because they're just posting themselves online? Probably not, but the internet is the internet because it's the internet, so I don't know what to say about this other than this guy needs to calm down. I know what you're thinking. Oh geez, another random internet male beta orbiter sent me a friend request. As soon as I accept it, he'll stalk me, message me, and comment on all my posts with stupid little hearts and smileys. I, however, am completely different.
Oof, wow, yeah, no, this one, like, I don't know if anyone would just initially assume all of this until you said it out loud. There's so many red flags, though. The male beta orbiter. Like, right away I would be like, oh, okay, well, yeah, block. This is enough for me to know about your current ideology. I mean, maybe come back in a couple years once you've left this entire red pill world and then you're ready to have normal relationships.
Comment on all my posts with stupid little hearts and smileys. I, however, am completely different. Okay, man. I'm sure you are, dude. Always good to list off a million ways that someone might be suspicious of you being weird and then saying, but that's not me. It's not. I promise. I'll show you. Like, it sounds like this is something someone told.
My partner had an online dating account before we met. When she logged on, closed the account after not using it for years. She had a dozen dick pics, nothing else, just schlongs, just no text or anything. Again, I assume these people are completely fine with it having a 0% success rate. Like, that seems to be it. It's just more they just want to make sure their dicks get out there to as many people as possible. Just as many people as possible have seen them in some capacity, but they know that there's never a response. It's just like, hey, by the way, I initially was kind of, worried about you, but since you sent me a picture of your penis without any context or anything, I'd like to get to know you better. Can we, I don't know, maybe meet up?
you before, and now you're trying to just avoid having them tell it to you again, so you're regurgitating it and denying it preemptively. I don't know. It's kind of like the whole "my not involved in human trafficking" t-shirt has people asking a lot of questions already answered by my shirt. You just don't wear the shirt. So easy. Don't human traffic also. That's probably the more important point there. I can't lie. You sexy AF. Thank you. I go to jail on Monday, but I got 3 days to turn up. Oh wow, for how long? 8 years. What? What? What did you do? Attempt murder. What are you doing? This is definitely, I've probably seen this sort of exchange before. It never gets old. It's a classic. A common joke you'll see on Tinder sometimes is people saying, "Oh, I'm not a murderer." Like, because we're talking with strangers. I could be a murderer, but I'm not. Haha. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. It's a funny goof, kind of scary joke. I've had people make this joke to me. I've made this joke when they've made it. I actually haven't made this unprompted. But this guy's just straight up saying, "Yeah, I'm a murderer," or an attempted murderer, and you want to hang out? It's kind of cute. Hi there. Hope it's okay to contact you through here after seeing you on Tinder.
Another
It's
one
not.
of these.
You know, it's just not. Tinder's already strangers, right? But this is someone who didn't swipe on you or just never even saw your profile. So you're like as strange of a stranger as you could be. Oh, and then they said something after. Merry Christmas. That's sweet. They were thinking
Wait,
of the holidays.
That was 15 days later. That was December 10th to December 25th. 15 days went by, and they're like, you know what? I'm gonna keep at this one. This project's going well.
I don't know, for anybody that has their Instagram or contact information in their Tinder, how often do you get messages from people saying, "Hey, I saw you on the app. Hi." Because I imagine it's probably frequent, and I imagine people don't keep those contact information things
She
in there
didn't
for
say
that
no.
long, but maybe they do. I don't know. First set of messages, April 24th. Second message, May 27th. I'm Cruss? Did you misspell his name? Is his name Chris? I'm Cruss. You shouldn't waste your time with a loser like me. Okay. Or should you? I'm really sitting here trying to think if this was actually...
I mean, easily the least offensive one I've seen of all of them. That one, I mean, at the scale of some of these, like some of them are just like, I want to, like, you know, use your body for my sexual gratification now, immediately. Let me use it. And that one's just kind of like, all right. in the tier, I mean, of all of those, I think I'd like to get that one in terms of a DM.
Kind of genius or not. Between misspelling your own name and then waiting a month to clarify that you're not a loser or that you are a loser, but you're a loser worth taking seriously. I don't know. Seems maybe amazing. Gropes your ass. Sorry, couldn't resist anymore. You're so beautiful and sexy. Yeah, I'm not sure, like telling them that you're groping them. Groping means you're doing it like without their consent, and that's really just not sexy. This is exactly what makes it incel pickup lines. They are involuntarily celibate because obviously the intended effect of this was to try and, you know, have some sort of relations with a person, and they could not have landed further from that target. So involuntarily remaining celibate. They're trying, and they're failing so miserably and disrespectfully. Honestly, the only advice for most of these is just jerk off, and you don't have to say something really crazy to try and stick out among the crowd. You can chill a little bit, try and say something funny that's not sort of weirdly horny and sexual harassment, and hope for the best. But DMing someone is always going to be shooting your shot, as they say, and the success rate, especially with random people on the internet, is always going to be pretty low. So moral of the story, go outside. Once again.
By the way, just a piece of advice to all, you know, fellow cis dudes out there looking to hook up. Women, they know you're horny. You don't have to make a proclamation of it. You don't need to start a sentence with "I like sex" or "your boobs are huge and I want to suck them," because, you know, those probably assumed. You might want to open with some just getting to know them stuff first. You know, have a conversation, get to know them as a person. Could have a lot more success rate. You might discover that you don't even like them as people, and then, you know, the sex, which could come later, won't even be all that great, because ultimately you'll be having sex with someone you don't really enjoy and like to spend time around.
And I'll reiterate that. Go outside a bit. All right, this last one is my favorite one of all time. It's so good. I love it. Let's watch. You're at a friend's house party and you decide to chill in the backyard.
Genre.
You're about to take a seat, but you notice this
I see so many of these things in these like compilation accounts of like, you know, incel pickup lines or stuff. It's always just like, you see this girl on a boat. You've got one opportunity to make a first impression. What do? And like it's the same scenario played out over and over and over.
young woman. How do you open? Nathan says, act like I don't notice her. Come home and think about her for a week or a month. Bump into her after a month. Avoid her still. It's so funny the way this reads, like, just like, and then I see her again and I continue to ignore her, and then I keep pretending that I don't see her and avoiding her, and I actually never hit on her. I respect this approach so much. It's kind of wholesome. This is like a manifestation of the worst of our anxieties about talking to someone. It's like being upfront and saying, yeah, I'm gonna just keep sort of avoiding this because it scares me. I'm terrified of women. It sounds like you're just asking a guy who is not into her. Like, how would you try to hit on this girl? He's like, yeah, I'd probably just not do that. But if I was there, I'd be there, and then I'd leave. And if I saw her, I'd just try and just sort of stay away.
That was kind of awesome.
I like it. I think that's enough of these for today. Just a fun little video to look at this funny account that I found. Let me know what you thought of all this stuff. Thanks again to BetterHelp for sponsoring the video, and to my wonderful patrons who...
Everyone, if you like that video, go support Noah Samson. I will add an addendum to that, though. Yeah, it is very difficult to speak to people in general, especially in just like at parties, social scenarios. I know there's a handful of people who were born with this, like, I don't know, extrovert gift where they just love going out to social gatherings and having 20 conversations with strangers. I'm not one of them. I'm kind of hyper in the opposite direction. I don't even like having small talk sometimes with strangers. That all being said, it's like anything else. It becomes easier the more you do it. I would recommend having conversations, especially if they're going to be with beautiful women or women that you're very attracted to, without having the end goal of every conversation trying to be, how can I get into her pants? What should I talk? What secret code can I do right now to unlock the sex having? Because if I can just figure out that up, down, down, left, right, boom, she won't be able to resist me. And that's what a lot of the red pill shit sells you on. There's all these things you need to do and you need to keep in your head and you have to be running through your brain all the time, and it just sounds utterly and completely confusing, and the worst shit that should be going through your mind when you're having a conversation with someone is, how exactly do I unlock the ability to have sex with them, and consistently try to operate around that and navigate around that. You should just be having a normal conversation, get better at it, get used to having conversations that do not lead to sex, including with people who you may not be sexually attracted to, because it's good to just have nice, normal human conversations with people. As you get to know someone better, you'll become more comfortable at this activity. And some of those people, and it's not going to be all the time, because not everyone will be attracted to you and vice versa, but sometimes it will align, where the two of you are having a talk, and all of a sudden it happens to be someone who might be interested in you, and you might be interested in them, at which point things can progress further, and you may enjoy the sweet, amazing ability to have the smash. That could happen. But also, it should not be the only thing and only reason you ever talk to women for. Because again, women can be amazing friends. You can have friendships with women that have nothing to do with sexuality. You can get a perspective or a world perspective on stuff that you'll never get from only speaking to dudes. And this is just a good and normal practice to have, not to constantly be looking at the world in which, hey, how can I have the unlimited smash? What can I do? What is the smash code? Well, there isn't one. I'm sorry to tell you. There are people who are going to be immediately attracted to certain people. Obviously, there's this hierarchy that, the red pillars like to point out, that there's these people who are mid-5s, and the 9s only hang out with the 9s, and the 7s only hang out with the 7s. I mean, all that kind of indoctrination, if you're genuinely thinking about the world in terms of numbers and value scores based entirely on how attractive someone is, it's gonna just be complete and utter bullshit. That's just gonna confuse you more when you're having conversations. Are you gonna be like, ooh, am I a mid-5 having a conversation with an 8 right now? Well, my odds of probability are so low, I'm gonna have to really figure out how to manipulate this conversation in order to be able to not know or have her find out that I'm actually a mid-5, but she won't know that. I won't be part of the hypergamy as long as I can continue. Like, no, what is this utter bullshit? Again, they're people. Women are people. Speak to them like people. Treat them like people. Hey, dudes, would you like to live in a world where every conversation with every single person you have, including other dudes, is just them trying to figure out how to have sex with you? Would that sound fun? Because I know at first you might be like, that sounds fucking awesome. Is it? Would like a 78-year-old grandmother at the checkout stand only talking to you, trying to have sex with you sound fun? Would a whole bunch of dudes you thought you were just gonna go play basketball with, each trying to talk to you in order to have sex with you, does that sound fun? Doesn't, does it? Because you're kind of just be treated as a piece of meat everywhere you go. Kind of scary, actually. Maybe a couple times might be fun and interesting, and you're like, oh, that was kind of weird. That person was clearly really wanting to have very hardcore sexual encounters with me that I wasn't prepared to hear about. Or would it be nice if people treated you like a human being? Wouldn't that be wonderful? This sounds like a much better world, you know, if all of us are treating each other like people. Some people might want to have sex with you, some people don't, but that shouldn't be the reason and the whole purpose between having social interactions, you know? Can I have both, please? Well, okay, it'll be the one exception.
Do you enjoy the Serfs but prefer not to have to use your eyeballs? Many are saying this. Well, we've got the solution for you. It's the Serf Times in podcast form. Available on most major podcasting networks now. If you enjoy it, please consider leaving a good review and feedback because it really helps the show out, apparently, and it's free, just like the podcast.
To our gods, Xander Corvus and Peyton L. Just, we are prepared to embark on a mighty jihad in your name. To our monarch, Tom Spiker, we are but your humble jester, attempting in vain to get you to laugh. To our valiant knights of the Round Table, Benji Arnie, Tech Tink, Scary Earth Human, Tony, DM Rivera, Resident Scarecrow, Sir Nickus, Mayred, Cheryl Alvarez, Ruby Kelly, Brandon, Words Greenwood. It doesn't matter what I believe, it only matters what I can prove. Egbert Celine, Matthew Scarborough, Stellar Vision, Vivienne McCarthy, Daniel Sutton, Coulter Smith, Jenna Tao, Quiet 185, Anna Loves Riley, Omni, Riley and Anna, Poodlehawk, The Tim Caucus, Multimondi, Trevbot, EXE, Brian Ephraim, Lemmy 101, Anthropophojack, Saren 42, Catherine, Ramon Acosta, Incosin, Agent NDN, Violent Orchard, Political Puppy, La Media Panza, Zach Christensen, Todd Buckingham, and Todd Lajeunesse. We raise our mugs and salute our brave heroes off to another glorious conquest.